when I said, you know, I'm like a Quincy Jones producer, Knife is a beat maker, that was never a slight, because Knife would even tell you, like, you know what I'm saying, Little Brother was a group that had 2 producers in it, you know what I'm saying, and that was just an understanding that we had. It was never anything like, oh, you just a beat maker, nigga. Like, it was never anything like that, because what I brought to the table was just more of an idea of how to actually make songs. When me and Knife first met, he had really just first started making tracks, I guess, you know, a year or so. You know what I'm saying? He was really kind of fresh into it. And I had been kind of making music pretty much all my life, just in high school, making little demo tapes and, you know, recording myself, learning how to record a little 4-track and my little sampler, like just really kind of getting down to that. And so what I brought to the table was more of a way of how to record things, like, you know what I'm saying, how to track your choruses, how to, you know, pan stuff and, you know, throwing little effects on this and writing choruses, arranging vocals, you know what I'm saying, harmonies, you know what I'm saying, doing those kind of things. So with me, how a track would normally go, Knife would do a track, he would bring us like, yo, what you think? I'm like, okay, this is dope. Normally a hook idea would come, I would come up with the hook, come up with the concept. Me and Pooh take it to Pooh, be like, yo, this is the concept, what you think? He's with it. He would sit down, you know, he would write his verse, I write my verse, we would sit down, go each other verses. Then we'd maybe do a 3rd verse, and I say, okay, well, I'm gonna start it off like this, you do a little bit, or I'm gonna write this, and you say the last part of my verse, and I'm gonna say the first part of your verse. Like, it was just really just like that, you know what I'm saying? And so then we would all get to the studio, and we would start tracking. And in the tracking, you know, it would just really be a thing of where, you know, okay, all right, P, I think we need to drop out the drums right here. Okay, let's bring the bass line back right here. It was just more of that kind of thing. And so that was how it was when I say, like, I was like a Quincy Jones producer and he was more so the beat maker. That again, it wasn't a slight, it was just to really, just to let people know, like, I wasn't trying to take credit for his beats, you know what I'm saying? Like, because in hip hop, producer is synonymous with beat maker. And I don't make beats. I tell people, like, that ain't what I do, that ain't me. You know, Knife is the beat maker, he's, you know, that's his lane, that's where his genius lies. But in terms of the actual production of the songs and the albums, sequencing, mixing, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, getting the sequencing right, all that was where I came in, and that was where I pretty much oversaw the records from top to bottom. With Nicolay is very much the same way. When me and Nicolay work together, it's just very much it's a little bit more involved because there's a lot more depth involved in it. But it's pretty much the same way. I mean, he does his tracks and he sends them to me, I listen, I come up with something, I lay it, send it back to him. We'll sit and talk, like, what do you think about this, what do you think about that? And, you know, it's crazy, man, because we was on YouTube the other night, and I saw this video of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and they were in the studio, and they was actually producing Fishnets for Mars Day. And it was just so odd because their process is almost identical to like what me and Nick do. And so, you know, they was just saying how like Jimmy Jam, he would mainly be the guy coming up with the music, and Terry was the guy on the vocals. Like, he coached the vocals, he produced the vocals, he would mix them, and that's damn near identical to what me and Nick do now. So, you know, Nick, he does the tracks, particularly like all the stuff we did for Yazra's album. He would do the tracks, send it to me. I would be more in the songwriting, you know what I'm saying, writing the lyrics or co-writing lyrics, track the vocals, mix them, coach the vocals, produce them, and, you know, send it back. Then from an instrumentation standpoint, if we decide to do like a horn arrangement or whatever, I would do a horn arrangement for it, bring in session guys. If we wanted something else, like say I want a piano right here, get Zoe to do something. So it's just very much like a kind of orchestrative kind of arrangement, but this is very similar, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of I let him do his thing, I do mine, and then we come together. Shout out y'all, all the way live from the 919, it's your man Phonte, and this is the Nodfactor.com. Peace.